But he had the continuation, folks.
I think he just said the same thing to himself, Clyde. Robinson picks up his first. Robinson, by the way, the other night, Friday night, first time all season that he had as many as 5 personal fouls. Has yet to foul out. And when you think that this is now the Knicks, they've played 20 games, that's another area of progress.
You mentioned Ibaka, what he's done for this club and spacing the floor for Leonard and George because of his ability to make the 3-ball. So that time eluding Robinson, but he misses the first, has one more coming.
Well, we've got the Hackensack Meridian Health halftime report with Bill and Wally. Must have been tough for Bill to get up this early, huh?
Oh, he's got those sleeves rolled up. He's ready to go.
So Ibaka goes 1 for 2. Knicks, by the way, Clyde, how about this? 1 turnover. They've done a good job after a slow start in that department. They're 9th in the NBA in turnovers per game. Randall bullying his way in, finds Mitchell Robinson. A beautiful feed from Julius Randall.
Clippers have been atrocious with their interior D. So Knicks have been able to take advantage. Randall that time.
Well, for both teams, the offense has been better than the defense. Shot clock is turned off. Knicks do not have a foul to give. Marcus Morris, Paul George takes a long 3-pointer, and that will end a very entertaining first half. George had this 9 points. Meanwhile, for the Knicks, 15 for Randall, 14 for Barrett. Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks down by 1 after 2 quarters here at the Garden. Kia sitting there. All right, Clyde, what did you like? What needs to improve second half?
Most glaring stat, Knicks 1 turnover, no points off of those turnovers by the Clippers. So the Clippers are playing the Knicks pace. They know they've got to come out and get space and pace up this tempo, and the Knicks have to keep things status quo because this is their game, utilizing their defense.
Ibaka from outside. There's another 3. That's the 10th 3-pointer for the Clippers, and their lead is 4.
I mentioned Ibaka can space the court because of his ability to shoot the 3-ball.
Randall. Randall backs in. Falling away. Difficult shotters.
So they know they have to deny guys penetration into the paint. And look for them to continue to go on the perimeter to open up for George and Leonard on the interior.
Leonard back to Reggie Jackson. Jackson starting once again for Patrick Beverley, missing another game with a knee injury. Yeah, Reggie Bullock fouls Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, so right away they get a 3-ball, and now the backdoor play, one of the oldest plays in the game. Leonard has been feasting from the line. It's been very aggressive getting there, looking for 2 more.
Clyde, Kawhi Leonard still has, right now, he has the highest winning percentage of any player in the regular season in NBA history. And, you know, obviously you get drafted by the Spurs. Spurs were a great team when he got there, so he was going to win a lot of games. But now he's done it in Toronto. He's done it with the Clippers. 3 different franchises, still highest winning percentage in NBA history.
Yep, quite a feat for the young man.
He's got those 2 rings. Finals MVP. His performance with the Raptors in that 1 year was legendary.
Look at it. He's on RJ now. So Leonard very focused.
Randall drives, blocked by Leonard, and picked up by Jackson. What a rejection there. This is the largest lead of the game for the Clippers. Paul George from the elbow knocks it down, and Tom Thibodeau quickly wants a timeout. This is an explosive offensive team, the Clippers, and the Knicks defense would be really tested.
We mentioned space and pace, so the Clippers have picked it up, but they played no defense in the first half. But watch Leonard, he's come out focused. Good sleight of hand, igniting the Clippers in transition. And George able to come up with the hoop. So the Knicks need to talk it over.
That was our All-State Good Hands replay. So a 7 spot today be the first in line when it's time for the fans to return to the Garden.
And Mike, we've seen a lot of tale of two halves with these Knicks. Like the last game against the Cavaliers, chagrin-filled first half, adrenaline-filled second half. So they've got to come out and play the way they did the first half and compete now with the Clippers.
This, again, is a great offensive team. They are missing a couple of starters, but the bench has really helped them.
Look at how they're swarming to the ball now.
Barrett up top. Randall gets a good straight-on three-point look and rattles it in. Randall's 3 for 3 from downtown.
Yeah, he likes shooting straight on, so twine time again for Randall.
And the Knicks needed that as the deficit cut to 5. Paul George, not that time.
I really haven't seen a lot of chemistry with George and Leonard, Mike. I've been watching them play, but there's not a lot of chemistry between the two.
Kind of your turn, my turn type thing?
Yeah.
Reggie Bullock. That three-pointer won't go. Mitchell Robinson, grabs the rebound on a tough angle and puts it back up and in.
George, 6'9", thought he had blocked him out. So Robinson rises majestically to get the ball and the hoop.
9 points for Robinson.
Good shot, but the creativity that time of George.
Randall fakes, gets Ibaka up. Julius Randle up and under. Sweet move from Randall, who has 20 points.
Ibaka's a good defender, but lackadaisical D that time.
George trying to draw a foul with a confidence that Julius Randle is playing with. We've talked about it all season long, right from the start. As Barrett's shot caroms off the rim, goes out of bounds.
Let's take a look at Randall, how he's going to dupe Ibaka, a very good defender, making it look easy as he penetrates and creates off the glass.
And again, he's number 1 on the opponent's defensive game plan list, and still been putting up the numbers night in and night out.
Literally looking to post up RJ. Leonard 6'8", RJ 6'6".
Reggie Jackson faked the three, now drives, gets inside, and lays it up and in. Payton went for the fake. Tom Thibodeau was not happy that time.
Yeah, the Teflon D by Payton that time.
Payton up top. Randall, stolen by Leonard.
He's got the quickest hands.
Quickest and the biggest.
Right.
That's that old story when he was in high school. He was a wide receiver, and the team went to buy gloves that the wide receivers used. There wasn't one that was close to fitting him. He had to get custom-made wide receiver gloves. It's only the second Knick turnover, by the way.
He grew up in San Diego. What's he doing with gloves?
Well, the wide receivers use them. Make it easy to catch. That's a tough turnaround. And Kawhi Leonard now with 16. Knicks down 7.
Leonard, the recipient of his good defense that time, giving him that opportunity. Look at the Clippers' body language now, how they're switching straight up, man-to-man deep.
Randall finds Bullock. Shot clock winding down. R.J. Barrett drives, falling away. Baseline, it's good. R.J. Barrett on the floater.
Tough shot. Jackson on his case to no avail.
16 for Barrett.
A little deja vu for Leonard again.
Leonard trying to draw the foul up top. Reggie Jackson just spots up. That one in and out. The growth of R.J. Barrett continues. Talk about it at both ends of the floor. He's been guarding Leonard and often been guarded by Leonard. Payton for 3. Elfrid Payton, no hesitation. And the Knicks cut it to 2. Timeout Clippers.
Yeah, resounding play by these Knicks right now. Matching the intensity of the Clippers. Let's take a look at RJ. Good defense by Jackson, but in vain, in pain with the swish. And Payton, the guy you would want to take a 3-ball, swishes this one. So the Clippers need to talk.
5 minutes gone by here in the third. The Knicks and MSG Sports are partnering with Chase to help in the fight against hunger in New York City. Through the Garden of Dreams Foundation, Chase and MSG Sports will donate meals throughout January to help assist some of those most burdened by the COVID-19 pandemic. Learn more by visiting msg.com/chase.
Mike, we showed a car, and probably a lot of little kids are saying, how do they get a car in the garden, Dad? So we have what we call here the elephant walk.
That's right.
Where the circus used to bring up the elephants, so that's how they get the cars up to the main floor here at the garden.
That was always one of the coolest things I've ever seen, is watching when the circus came to town and the elephants walked up the ramp, one after another.
I always had a fear that when, you know, the circus was always here when we played, that I'd be walking down a corridor and there'd be a gorilla or something that got a tiger that I walk into.
Nick All-Star mauled. Kennard out to Jackson. Jackson just gets it off in time and hits the three. And Jackson with 13 points.
Mr. Jackson can be a very provocative player. Charismatic that time with the three ball.
Payton, crossover move, brings it back out. Dangerous. That's a dangerous pass with Leonard lurking.
See, now they're doubling Randall.
Shot clock at 3. Barrett's going to have to put it up. He does. Long rebound. Mitchell Robinson nearly ran it down, but Ibaka got there first. Knicks down by 5 midway through the third.
Jackson loosey-goosey now.
There's Kennard. Kennard hasn't scored in just 5 minutes of play.
Jackson has the mismatch.
They find Patterson, shuffles it to Kennard. Kennard off the bounce up top. And Jackson again. For some reason, Mitchell Robinson stopped going out to contest the shot.
Well, he thought Jackson faked like he might penetrate, and he had to hesitate. That was it.
Lead back up to 8. Bullock back out to Randall. Randall passes up on the 3.
Yeah, that's not a good sign, folks. You got to take the shots, guys.
Shot blocked by Ibaka. Randall gets it back, kicks it out. Bullock, three-pointer. That's good. His second 3.
Bullock returned from his injury, so doing a good job that time. Timely hooping by the Knicks.
Knicks have only taken 17 threes, but they've hit 7 of them.
But they need to tighten up their D now.
Ball poked away, but goes right to Kennard. Ibaka tries a 3. That's good. The best shooting three-point team in the NBA right now, shooting at an incredible clip. They're 50%, 13 of 26.
And the Knicks are the best team defending the 3-ball, but not right now.
Payton gets inside and banks it home. 10 points for Payton.
Creativity by Payton, driving adroitly along the baseline. We got a game now, folks. NBA action. Back and forth we go.
Jackson with the left hand.
Improvising, mesmerizing now is Jackson. Previously the 3 balls.
Payton looking for Mitchell Robinson.
Back door.
Brings it back out, drives on Patterson, stops. Layup blocked by Patterson. Batted off the backboard.
Splendid D by the 6'9" Patterson. They should give him a shot.
Leonard drives and lost it out of bounds. There's a lot of contact there. That's what Leonard felt.
Let's take a look at Jackson, folks. 6'4", wheeling and dealing this time with the left hand. And let's take a look at. And I remember Dexter's did it with the left.
Marcus Morris beats a Zubats, comes back in. Leonard. Tell you what, Leonard throws it down this afternoon. R.J. Barrett battling Kawhi Leonard. This is a great education for Barrett. He's fighting him hard. Barrett kicks it back out. Quickly just in the game. 3-pointer won't go. Rebound Zubats. Knicks down 10. First double-digit lead of the game by either team.
Leonard just so omnipotent. Previously baseline on Barrett with the dunk. Let's take a look at Leonard, folks. He's 6'8", 240. Hustle and muscle with the stuff. So Barrett, the Cardinals in, giving up the baseline. There's no help coming. You got to force him to the middle. And then Randall isoed with Leonard. Reaches in, so Leonard at the line. You can see 7 of 7, looking for 2 more.
The foul was on Randall. I believe that's his 3rd.
We've had a vacillating pace, some good NBA action going on now.
and boarding just 10 customers at a time from back to front. We're setting a new standard of care. It's Delta Care Standard.
Leonard, such a lethal scorer because he can shoot the three, gets to the free throw line, excellent free throw shooter, he's got a great mid-range game.
And Mike, in the pregame, he was working diligently out there, spending almost 30 minutes working on all the moves you see him utilizing now.
Those teammates, wherever he's been, they're always they're in awe of his work ethic. Quickly, a floater right off the bench quickly now with 12 points.
Dancing and prancing as usual in the paint.
That shot has become automatic on many nights. Leonard catches it down low. Backed out to Morris, right side Terrence Mann.
Knicks swarming on the defense.
Leonard faking. Now pulls up. Shot is good.
Yeah, he's in the zone now, folks. Tantalizing, mesmerizing the Knicks.
He was 1 for 4 in the first quarter. 5 for 8 since. Julius Randle. Another three. Randle's 4 for 4 from downtown.
3 have been straight on with the hoop. This time the right elbow.
And a couple of timely ones when the Clippers have gone on some runs to help to keep the Knicks within range. Another three. This one from Kennard from downtown. That's their 14th three-pointer.
Contagious, outrageous now, the 3 balls.
Rivers back up top. Alec Burks. Gibson coming to set a screen. Well set there. Burks shot though short. Rebound back out to Gibson. Cross court quickly. The floater again. Banks it home. Emmanuel quickly. Smooth once again.
And that shot is a knuckleball that he's using. No rotation on it. So good banking and thinking by the neophyte.
14 points in 13 minutes for Quickly. Terrence Mann. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the third.
Mann reluctant to shoot, but not this time as he goes back door.
Quickly got burned that time on the defensive end. 101-89. Clippers by a dozen. Minute and a half to play in the third. Quickly looking to draw a foul, but has to pass. Well defended that time. Julius Randle drives on Morris. Still Knick ball. 5 to shoot.
Good job by Leonard getting in the passing lane, so the Knicks have it right in front of the Clipper bench. That's the old backdoor play. So Quickly a little late on the switch that time. Man showing his stuff.
Tough place to inbound. Clippers here in this third quarter, Clyde, 13 of 16 from the field.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal, the shooting.
Well, they're one of the best shooting teams in the NBA, showing it here today. Rivers on the pull-up, high arcing shot, an air ball. And Kennard comes the other way. Clippers have 101 points, and it's still the third. Stolen by Rivers. Rivers drives inside, layup shot, bounces off, won't go, but a foul.
Good redemption by Rivers. Previously an air ball. Comes right back this time to get to the line.
He's a little shaken up.
They're trying to walk it off, so he'll shoot 2. Former Clipper. Played for his dad.
Now he's in New York and his dad's in Philadelphia, both
train
on
right
the East
away,
Coast.
Mike.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned when he had that 25-point first half against Utah, his dad was back at his apartment in Philadelphia watching on TV, watching Clyde on MSG Go.
Yep, living vicariously. I'm sure. We mentioned his dad had never done that after 2 or 3 years with the Knicks.
Yep.
His son did it in 12 minutes.
Boy, you just love rubbing it in, don't you? And I love it too. 10-point Clipper lead. Final minute, third quarter, and an offensive foul. Paul George. That's where Austin Rivers, one of the things he does well in fighting over screens, sometimes he draws that foul.
George has not been a factor this afternoon. Overzealous with that foul.
Yeah, you just saw that kind of left step. But you got to give credit to Rivers on those. Quickly guarded by Terrence Mann.
There's that fake play that he uses successfully.
Obi Toppin. Pass inside, Taj Gibson, and well defended inside. Zubats and Man were right there.
Yeah, smothering the play that time. Knicks are overpassing, folks. Got to take the shots when you're open.
Knicks still shooting 51% from the field, but they're down 10 because the Clippers have been on fire here in the third. Lou Williams, the drive, flips it up, shot won't go. Zubats tip misses. Gibson has it. Clippers have a foul to give. Shot clock is off. Rivers on the drive, and Obi Toppin pushed off Marcus Morris, and it's called for the foul.
Very blatant foul by the neophyte. Watch what he does, folks. You couldn't even do this in the 50s. You know, when I came in, Dick Barnett told me, Mike, they used to be able to put two-hand on guys.
George hoists it up. Oh, that almost went in, which would not have been a surprise the way the Clippers shot the ball there in the third. Clippers shoot 13 of 19 from the field in that third quarter. A hot shooting game for both teams. After three, 101-91. Knicks trail 10 here at Madison Square Garden.
With that type of defense, the physicality of the defense that we used to play.
That's just one of the reasons why it's impossible to compare players from different eras and say this one is greater than this one, from a guy who played in the 60s to somebody who's playing today. I just find it a fruitless task.
Yep, so different.
And that's no knock on either era. Nice move. Rivers, a little scoop shot in the paint.
So Rivers, after the air ball, started to erupt now.
101-93. It has been an offensive game here on this matinee affair at the Garden.
Yeah, good second half by both teams.
George to Man. Man, a three-pointer. That's short. And Gibson had it tipped. Burks comes the other way. Quickly fakes the three. Another floater's up and in. Emmanuel quickly does it again.
He's like a matador with that particular play, folks.
16 points in 16 minutes. This kid is remarkable. Morris off 1 foot. Tough shot, Morris.
Taking Topping to school that time. Posting and toasting him 8 feet away.
Quickly finds some room. Does it again. Shot rolls off the rim. Zubats the rebound.